Welcome, Tailgate Legends. Week 10. I say it every week, but the year is flying by. Um, we only have a few weeks left before the playoffs start. It's crazy. I already miss football. It is only November, but I already miss football. It is what it is. So again, week 10, going to go through the standings real quick. I'll go through last week's matchups, go through next week's matchups, and then in the middle, uh, I am going to do a segment where I'm going to give account of who I think are all of your salaried players. I'll explain when we get there. Let's start with standings. In the uh, in the cornhole boards division, we have the Adams family at 7-2, Evan Shearer at 7-2, Ricky 2000 at 5-4. Now these three teams have Ricky 2000 has a two-game lead on fourth place now, which is Salmon Co. They are on a five-game losing streak. Cheeseheads with Attitude is on a two-game losing streak. So at one time he was 3-4, and then Burns is also on a two-game losing streak at 2-7. He is close to being mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. And then the other division, we have Pump and Munch in first. He beat me twice. Pump and Munch in first at 6-3. Me in second at 6-3. Gar in third at 5-4. Greasers at 4-5, Prusky at 4-5, and then Boggs at 2-7. Boggs is also close to being mathematically eliminated. Let's go to last week's matchups. There were some fun ones. Yeah, there were some good matchups last week. We are going to start with Ricky 2000 against Salmon Co. Ricky 2000 ended up getting the win, 128-93. Started Deshaun Watson over Josh Allen. Teddy Bridgewater outscored Lamar Jackson. Weiler's team just doesn't, like I said, it just looks worse and worse every single week. Roofer had a bad week, and he still put up 128. Yeah, Christian Kirk got him 25 on the bench. Josh Allen got him 43 on the bench. I mean, he's got studs in his starting lineup and in the bench. Sam and Co., you're struggling. You're struggling right now. If you want to make a legitimate push, you're going to have to make some moves. Otherwise, I'm always trading for players, except I don't want any of your players. So, sorry. All right, next we have Cheeseheads with Attitude against the Adams family. Adams family came away with the win, 161-91. And this is crazy. Like, Lemke's team is so good. 161. Big Ben with 34. McCaffrey with 36. It sounds like he might play, might not play this upcoming week. But he's definitely going to be ready for the fantasy playoffs. James Robinson with 22. Devontae Adams with 31. Like, geez, dude, you are not dodging all these bullets. It's crazy. And then on the other side, you have Landon had Russ, got him 33. Keenan Allen got him 22. Besides that, not too much. Next, we have Third Degree Burns against Evan Shearer. Evan got the win, 155-83. Burns, good game out of Herbert. Decent game out of Rex Burkhead, baby. But then you have Chenault with negative points, Gronk with 0.2, Latavius Murray with 7, Peterson with 9. I mean, yeah, it's not good. On the other side, we have Matt Ryan got Evan 33, Delvin Cook got him 49, almost got him a 50 burger. Travis Kelce with 25, and then his kicker got him fucking 14. I mean, just points all over the board for Evan. So really, really, really good week there. Next, we had we have me against Prusky, shit the bed Fred. I came away with the win, 131 to 123. I put up 131, and I feel like my team did bad because my team did do bad. Kyler Murray got me 51 points. That dude is something else, man. Chase Edmonds got me 10. I fucking swapped second and third rounders for Chase Edmonds. Got me 9 points because I didn't know if Zeke was going to play, so I benched him. Zeke ended up actually getting more points than Chase Edmonds. Jonathan Taylor with 9. Like, he was running so good, and then he fumbled. Fuck. Hopkins only got 6. But there was like 4 PI calls against him. So, and then Justin Jefferson with 8. Terry McLaurin saved the day for me. Him and Kyler Murray pretty much single-handedly won me this week. So it was okay. I had Joe Mixon on a bye, him and Gio Bernard. Cooper Kupp was on a bye. So those guys are usually my floor players, like Joe Mixon. He gets 25 touches a game, and he gets me at least 10, 15 points every single week. So he's a floor guy. Same with Cooper Kupp. On the other side, we have shit the bed Fred. Kirk Cousins got him 26. Jerry Jeudy got him 26. Juju got him 19. Mike Williams got 12. Evan Ingram got 12. So he had a decent week. He put up 123. It's a respectable number, but I came away with a win, so I'm happy about it. And then next we have Greasers against Freshbirds of Elair. And Boggs won. Huge win for Boggs for me. Only putting up 89. I mean, that's not good. And that's Tyreek Hill got you 30. Tyreek Hill got you 30, and you still only put up. He got over a third of your points. So it was just not a good week. And then on the other side, Boggs put up 114, one of his better weeks this year. Drew Brees had a good game. A.J. Brown had a good game. Brandon Cooks had a good game. So next we have Mr. Fist against Pump and Munch. Pump and Munch came away with the win, 123 to 105. Patrick Mahomes got you 42 points, Gar, and you still only put up 105 points. Alvin Kamara got you 15. You got a goose egg out of Justin Jackson because he got hurt. David Johnson only 2 points because he got hurt. Chase Claypool with 12. Marvin Jones with 13. So, I mean, those injuries killed you. The other side, Pump and Munch got 123. Rogers got you 41. DK got you 23. So, a couple good weeks out of players. Came away with the win. So, we got close races everywhere, especially in our division. Where 5 of the teams are within 2 games of each other. So, all right. So next, I'm gonna do a little segment. So players are in. You can put players in tiers, and one tier that I like to put players in are who are your salaried players, who's living paycheck to paycheck. So, for example. We'll say Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards is not a salaried player, all right? You don't know what you're getting out of him every single week. He's living paycheck to paycheck, week to week. You don't know what you're going to get. You know, he's buried in the depth chart sometimes. Sometimes he's getting a lot of goal line work. Sometimes he's not. So, 2 tiers, living paycheck to paycheck. Who are salaried players? Salaried players are, you know what you're getting every week. You're starting them every week. You have the consistency with that player. I love salaried players. Those are the kinds of players that I look for. Who can I put into my lineup each and every week, start them, and set it and forget it. Those are your salaried players. So I went through each team, and I counted how many salaried players every single team had. And here's what I got. We're going to start with me. I'm going to go top to bottom from the rosters page. Starting with me, I believe, obviously this is all subjective. However, I'm pretty much right on everything. So, me, I have 4. I personally believe I have 4 salaried players, 4 players that I think I can set it and forget it. Those 4 players are Kyler Murray. I am never benching Kyler Murray. DeAndre Hopkins. I am never benching DeAndre Hopkins. Terry McLaurin, and I thought really hard about Terry McLaurin, and then I went and I looked at his numbers, and I'm just like, there was a couple weeks where I didn't start him. um, and I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I need to start Terry McLaurin every single week. And Mark Andrews. Now, Mark Andrews he's a tight end, and tight ends just suck. You know what I mean? But he is one of the better tight ends in the NFL. He's not Kelsey, he's not Kittle, but he is one of the better tight ends. So that's my four. I have four salaried players. I put them in my lineup each and every week, and I forget it. Cooper Kupp was close, but I decided not to put him in that league. So, yeah. And then next we have Roofer. Roofer, I believe you have 5 salaried players on your squad. Those salaried players are Josh Allen. I did not put Deshaun Watson on this list. He has been pretty up and down this year. Josh Jacobs, although he has been up and down, he's a running back, and he's a damn good running back, and he totes the rock a lot. Chris Carson, he's been hurt, but when he's healthy, he's in your lineup. Will Fuller, I am putting Will Fuller in that tier where you have to play him every single week. He has scored a touchdown in 6 straight weeks. You play him every single week. And then last, Julio. You play Julio every single week. He is known for some shit games, but it doesn't matter because he's known for some huge games too. You never take him out of your lineup under any circumstances. So, Roofer, I have you with 5 salaried players. Next, we have Landon, Cheeseheads with Attitude. You have, in my opinion, two salaried players. Those players are Russell Wilson and Keenan Allen. You never take them out of your lineup under any circumstances, unless they're hurt, obviously. Those are your 2 salaried players. Burns, I'm looking through your lineup, man. I feel like I have to give you one, so I'll give you Justin Herbert. I'll give you Justin Herbert, but there might be circumstances where I bench Justin Herbert. I don't know. Maybe not, though. But to me, that is the only salaried player that you have on your squad. I know you will probably disagree and put Gronk in there, too. But Burns, 1 salaried player. So you got to get that number up. Those are rookie numbers, son. Get your weight up. Next, we have Greasers. Greasers was a tough one. Greasers, I gave 3 salaried players that you put these players in your lineup and you never take them out. Those 3 players are Tyreek Hill, obvious. Todd Gurley. I am putting Todd Gurley in there. I went back and looked at his numbers and looked at his output. He's obviously not the best running back, but he's a pretty good running back. He's been putting up pretty good numbers. If Todd Gurley was on any team, Todd Gurley is going to start on any team. So, and then last, James Conner. Again, it's like I see the argument the other way, but you go back and you look at his numbers. You look at the numbers that they're putting up. James Conner is starting on every single person's team. Every person's team. So that's all I have. I know I was teetering on Amari Cooper. I was teetering on Robert Woods, but you go back and you look at the numbers, especially with Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper would have been in there if Dak Prescott was still healthy, but Dak Prescott is not healthy, so Amari Cooper is not starting in everybody's lineup. I would not start him. I wouldn't start him over DeAndre Hopkins, Terry McLaurin, Cooper Kupp. I mean, he's just not starting on my team. He's not starting on a few teams. So that's why I didn't put him in there. And then Robert Woods, he has really good games, but he has really bad games too. There's definitely situations where even they would bench him. So next we have Evan Shearer. Evan Shearer, I have you with 5 salaried players. They are Dalvin Cook, Everybody's starting Dalvin Cook, no matter what. It might not even, in the history of fantasy football, everybody is starting Dalvin Cook right now. Uh, I gave you Calvin Ridley. You got to start Calvin Ridley. You got to start Adam Thielen. You got to start George Kittle. I know he's hurt right now, but when he comes back, he's got to be in your lineup. And Travis Kelce. Uh, those are all salaried players. They're starting in every single person's lineup every single week. So, nice job, Evan. Um, Next, we have Adam's family, Dave Lemke. I thought you were going to have more than this, but I only gave you 4. If Dak Prescott was healthy, obviously, I would have put Dak in there. But, you only have, hang on, my computer's about to go dead. You only have Christian McCaffrey when healthy, or Mike Davis, so that's one. Nick Chubb is returning, so I didn't really put like super injured players on here, but Nick Chubb is returning, and Nick Chubb, if he's healthy, Nick Chubb's in your lineup. Um, I'm also going to put, I'm teetering, I'm still like 50-50 on it, on James Robinson. But I feel like everybody's starting James Robinson, right? I think so. Um, Either way, I put James Robinson in there. And then, surprisingly, I could only bring myself to put one receiver, Devontae Adams, as a salaried player, starting on everybody's team. Obviously, you have Tyler Lockett, but like I'm looking at Tyler Lockett's stats right now. He has 2 monster games, and that's it. I mean, he started week 1 and 2 with 13 and 16 points, then 36, but then he's got 4, 6, 6, and 5. So there's definitely situations where you're not feeling Tyler Lockett. And then same with Mike. Mike Evans only has 115 points on the year. Like, and he's played in every single game. He's only averaging, this is embarrassing. I don't know what he's averaging, but he's averaging 12 points, 13 points a game, something like that. So definitely benchable. So I got you with 4. Next, we have Sam and Co. I was nice to you guys. I almost gave you 0. Lamar Jackson, and the reason I almost gave you 0 is because I was like, okay, well, Lamar Jackson is one. But then I was like, well, wait a minute. In my Yahoo League, in Roofers League, me and Boggs benched Lamar Jackson last week for Justin Herbert, and Justin Herbert outscored Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has not been doing that good. I'm still going to put him on the list of salaried players. You don't bench him. And then I put... I put Kenny Golladay on there. When he's healthy, you don't bench him. Darren Waller on there. And I did not put Kareem Hunt on there, although I completely understand the argument to put him on there. But now with Nick Chubb coming back, I don't know. He's certainly benchable now. So that's what I got. Kenny Golladay, Darren Waller, and Lamar Jackson. Next, we have Mr. Fist. Mr. Fist, this is a pretty easy one. You have your salaried players, Patrick Mahomes and Alvin Kamara, 2 of them. Everybody else, like DJ Chark, up and down, Chase Claypool, up and down, CeeDee Lamb, with the whole Dak Prescott thing, and he's, crowded receiving core. There's certainly a situation where people are benching him. I got you with 2. That's what I got you with. Next, we have Pump and Munch. Pump and Munch, I gave you 3. However, I did not include Aaron Rodgers, and I was teetering on Aaron Rodgers, but I feel like there's situations where you would bench Aaron Rodgers, but I don't know. I wouldn't argue with somebody that would put him on that list. But what I gave you is Aaron Jones, Stephon Diggs, and DK Metcalf. All 3 of those players in your lineup every single week. Every week, no matter what. Okay, 2 left. Next, we have Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I gave you two players that you never bench. Those two players are A.J. Brown and Michael Thomas. Um, I was going to put Clyde Edwards-Helaire in there, but I don't know, like, there's definitely a scenario where you're benching him. Other than that, I don't know, like, you could definitely bench every other player in your team. But two players that are in your lineup when healthy, 100% of the time, A.J. Brown, Michael Thomas, no questions asked. Next, we have Shit the Bed Fred. This was also a tough one, but I only gave you two. Um, Derrick Henry, you're starting Derrick Henry every week, and I also gave you Miles Sanders. Now, Saquon Barkley, I did not include uh, even as an option, just because he's on the IR for the rest of the year. But I mean, Miles Sanders was even a toss-up, but I guess when healthy, everybody is probably starting Miles Sanders. Chris Godwin, I don't know. He's not really scored that many points. He only has 60 fantasy points on the year. I know he's been hurt a lot, but he's got 10 points, 15 points, 6 points, 5 points, and then he has a 21-point game. So, yeah, there's definitely scenarios where you're benching Chris Godwin. Uh, Juju, oh, God, no. Yeah, I mean, there's nobody else on your squad that's a salaried player that you're starting week in and week out. And those players that make your life easier. I have 4 players. I know they're in my starting lineup no matter what. I have Ryan Tannehill as a backup, and Ryan Tannehill has put up some monster games, but it doesn't matter. I'm starting Kyler Murray. It doesn't matter. So everybody knows who your players are, and your list might be different than mine, but that's who I got on every single person's team. So the two people with the most, Roofer and Evan. I believe you have the most salaried players, the most players that you set it and forget it, and you guys are two of the best teams. Conversely, we have Burns, Cheeseheads with that. Burns with 1, Cheeseheads with Attitude with 2, Boggs with 2, Prosky with 2, Mr. Fist with 2. And Mr. Fist is having a decent year, but, those teams generally are not doing as well. So, who would have thought? You have really good players on your team, you do really good. All right, so moving on to next week. Close races again. So we got the first. Hang on, I gotta make sure I'm on the right thing. Okay, here we go. First matchup, we have Mr. Fist against Ricky 2000. So here we go. We have out of conference games. These games are huge because you're not beating yourselves up. There's no I'm playing Gar, one of us is going to lose. There's none of that. People aren't going to be able to catch up unless they win their matchup. First and foremost, we have Mr. Fist against Ricky 2000. Right now, Nick Foles against Minnie. Oh, Mahomes is on a bye. I don't even have to look at the rest of these matchups. Mahomes is on a bye. I'm taking Roofer. Roofer has Deshaun Watson against Cleveland and Josh Allen against Arizona. I think you'll play Josh Allen, but who knows? Yeah, I'm definitely I don't even have to go through this. CeeDee Lamb's on a bye. McCole Hardman's on a bye. So you're starting Nick Foles, Wayne Gallman, Alvin Kamara, DJ Chark, Chase Claypool, Marvin Jones, Logan Thomas. So, I mean, it's not a terrible lineup, but you're going up against, probably Josh Allen, Chris Carson, Josh Jacobs, Will Fuller, Christian Kirk, DJ Moore. Is Julio on a bye? Oh, yeah, Julio's on a bye, too. So, yeah, that evens it out a little bit. But, yeah, I'm taking Roofer in this one. You got a good squad, Roofer. All right, next we have Pump and Munch against Cheeseheads with Attitude. Oh my gosh. Obviously, I'm going to be taking Pump and Munch in this one. That sucks because he's in first place. So we have Aaron Rodgers against the Jaguars. Fuck me. Yeah, sorry, Landon. I don't think you have a chance here. Aaron Jones against the Jags. Stephon Diggs against Cardinals. DK Metcalf. Curtis Samuel. Russell, against Russell Wilson. J.D. McKissick. Keenan Allen's good, good matchup. Deontay Johnson, you never know. Jarvis Landry, you never know. Jacoby Myers against the Ravens. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, I'm taking Pumping Much. Next, we have, oh my God, matchup of the century here. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, 2-7 against Third Degree Burns, 2-7. Oh man, I think, yeah, both of these teams are in last place. I am going to take Boggs here. Boggs got Michael Thomas back. He's going to have to figure out, he's got a couple decisions to make with his lineup, but taking Boggs, Burns, you got Rex Burkhead, Latavius Murray, Adrian Peterson, Devontae Parker, Laviska Shenault, Rob Gronkowski. It's just a terrible lineup. You're going up against Breeze, Antonio Gibson's against Detroit, A.J. Brown, Brandon Cooks, Michael Thomas. So I'm going to take Boggs, but I don't know, bottom of the barrel. Who knows? Who knows what could happen here? Next, we have Shit the Bed Fred against Evan Shearer. Okay, so we got Kirk Cousins, Derrick Henry, Miles Sanders, Godwin, Juju, Mike Williams. Man, like Prusky, you got a decent team. It's an okay team. You're going up against probably Derek Carr, Delvin Cook. Oh my God, Delvin Cook is a fucking animal. David Montgomery, Adam Thielen. Oh, damn. Evans got Calvin Ridley on a bye and Travis Kelce on a bye. That's huge. Shit. I am going to go out on a limb and I am going to take Prusky. Dude, Evan doesn't even have a tight end to play. Ouch. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, I'm going to take Prusky in that one. We'll see. We'll see. Ooh. Next we have me, Kaiser Soze at 6-3 against the Adams family, Lemke at 7-2. I think the squads are pretty much at full strength except for his kicker. I have Zeke out too, so not really at all. I got Kyler Murray against Jared Goff. Jared Goff is against the Seahawks, though, who are the worst. The worst ever. I'm not even making that up or exaggerating. The worst ever. So, Jared Goff, who knows? He could keep up with Kyler. I don't know what I'm doing with my lineup yet, though, so that's going to make this a little tough. Joe Mixon, as long as he plays, I'm going to play him against James Robinson. James Robinson is against the Packers, though. So you're looking at Jared Goff against the worst pass defense, James Robinson against the worst run defense, and Nick Chubb, if he plays, against another one of the worst run defenses of all time. One of the worst defenses. Devontae Adams is against Jacksonville, one of the worst defenses in the NFL. Mike Evans is against Carolina, one of the worst pass defenses. Tyler Lockett is against the Rams. I mean, he's got Russell Wilson. So, oh my gosh. Yeah, Lemke, you have some boss matchups. Shit. On the other side, we have Kyler. Right now, I have Kyler, Chase Edmonds, and DeAndre playing. I don't know if I'm going to do that. We'll see what happens with Kenyon Drake. And then Joe Mixon's against the Steelers. Cooper Kupp is against the Seahawks. So if Jared Goff throws touchdowns, hopefully he throws them to Cooper Kupp. And then Terry McLaurin against the Lions. That's a decent matchup. Mark Andrews against the Patriots. Justin Tucker, Steelers defense. So I don't mind my matchups, but man, fucking Lemke, you have really, really, really good matchups. I am going to take you in this one. I think our teams match up pretty well. However, I just think you have a huge advantage with the matchups this week, so I'm going to take you. Um, okay, last but not least, we have Greasers against Salmon Co. So we got Carson Wentz against the Giants. Giants haven't been the worst pass defense, though. James Conner against the Bengals. That's good. Leonard Fournette, who knows? Antonio Brown, who knows? AJ Green, who knows? Robert Woods. Oh, because you got Tyreek Hill on a bye. Fuck. So on the other side, we have Lamar Jackson, Darrell Henderson, Kareem Hunt, Robbie Anderson, Kenny Golladay, Allen Robinson, Darren Waller. I am going to take Sam and Co in this. Yeah, having Tyreek Hill out and Amari Cooper out and Todd Gurley out, that hurts. That hurts you bad. Um, yeah, I am going to take Sam and Co. All right, guys, that is it for today. Yeah, as usual, good luck, everybody. Stay healthy, and I'll talk to you next week.